And we're sort of live, you guys. I just got done with another consultation. And of course, when I talk to certain people, I just get like big, huge, massive, either like shock, smiles, curiosity in what's going on either with them currently or when they're doing follow-up. So in this case, Ed is doing a follow-up with me, and my mind was blown because in just such a short time, he had such amazing results. And maybe for him, he, like, everybody wants more, like, let's keep it real, but he doesn't realize, for me, the results that he's gone through were like exponential. They were like insanely amazing. But of course, the goal is never to just be stuck at that place being like, oh, I'm fabulous. It's to continue to get like to have goals. So Ed, welcome to my series of Real People with Real Stories.
Pleasure. Thanks.
And I would love for you to tell the audience in your own words what the frack went wrong and what started getting right. Tell your story.
Yeah, so I think like so many, I first tried Carnivore. It was the Joe Rogan podcast, and during the first lockdown and things, and I just ate meat, and I did lose weight. I have to say that. I felt so thirsty to the point where I couldn't exercise and I couldn't sleep properly at night. And I think when it got to that stage, for that time, I packed it in at that point. I then watched more YouTube stuff. I ended up doing intermittent fasting. So my basic day was I wouldn't eat till 4 p.m. I'd eat some meat. I'd go to the gym at maybe 7. And then I'd try and eat like 5 or 6 burgers or massive steak in the evenings. And again, I got to this little point where I'd lost some weight initially and probably water weight or whatever it was. But really, after a couple of weeks, I just felt it just wasn't working for me. I couldn't sleep at night. And I plateaued with my weight loss when it got to a certain point. And then I saw you on a podcast on YouTube. And I think the thing that struck me was there was no BS with you, and you weren't saying at all what everybody else was saying. And I thought, sod it, I'll book a call and and find out, just try and find something new that works for me. Because I think the one thing I knew was, I mean, I'm in London, but again, we have the same problem as standard American diet or whatever. I'm starting to get towards 40 years old and I'm not getting away with the things I used to do. And I knew I needed to change, but hadn't found what to yet. After a month, I'm really hopeful I'm starting to get there. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So what are some of the physical changes that have gone on in such a short time?
Well, physically, we've been going just about almost exactly a month. So I'm down 4 kilos. I'm down 1.4% body fat. I actually put on some skeletal muscle mass, which I'm really surprised about. Just saying, I can tell when I'm, my shoulders have got a bit bigger and my upper back and that sort of thing. And I'm really pleased with things. I don't feel hungry, which is the main thing. I've never eaten anywhere near as much butter as I'm eating at the moment. But it's completely counterintuitive. I think to all the nonsense you would get told in a more like a mainstream environment or however you want to say it. But it fills you up, and I think if you're full, you're much more likely to stick to something if you're feeling satiated. Rather than, again, going back to when I was doing like intermittent fasting, even by midday I was so hungry, and then I waited another 4 hours, and it just wasn't for me at that point.
Yeah, so these are some of the changes I was surprised to find out about, that you had gone up almost 7 pounds for those in the US and 4 kilos for the rest of the world who's measuring things the right way. I saw Ed, you guys, like about a month ago, and I could literally see that his face is less round, and you can see the shoulder development on him in like this much time. So his individual body responded very well to this new strategy.
Yeah, I feel I've definitely lost on my face. I've lost it on sort of more the obliques of my stomach. Well, obviously, I have abused my body in the past, so I still have a long way to go and more changes to make. But yeah, my clothes fit better. I saw somebody at a networking thing on Thursday morning, actually, I hadn't seen for a while, and she noticed straight away I looked a lot different. It's really nice when people say that, sort of thing, yeah.
It's really nice because you work so hard. And, I had a consultation before you, and the woman had real difficulties. It was almost like there was tension every maybe 5 minutes, because I was like, you have to go to bed earlier. She's like, but I mean, baby steps, right? And I said, well, baby steps would be if you have an avocado allergy and we're going to raise the amount, we would baby step it up. And baby steps would be if you have a gallbladder problem, like how much fat would we add, animal fat. But going to sleep 30, 45 minutes earlier should be something you should just do. She also mentioned that she wanted to still have some carbs with like a new boyfriend. And I said, she's like, that's fine, right? And I said, no, you have to pick a side. And with you, there's no pushback. The people who just kind of are like, I want to have these improvements. I want to do these improvements. This is our second time. Yeah. You are the types of people that do the best, because you don't take it like it's so awful. You said you were eating a lot of meat before, right?
Yeah. So I was eating. So the first time I did it, I just tried ribeyes, but no salt, because again, in my mind, you're told salt's bad for you. So I think that's why I got thirsty looking back on it, because I was just eating meat. And then the second time, yeah, just loads of meat, but all condensed into maybe a 4 or 5 hour window late in the day.
Yeah, you were eating. He said he was eating at 4 and at what?
Then I went to the gym at sort of 6, 7, and then I ate like 8, 9 at night. I'm trying to eat like 6 hamburger patties at 9 p.m. at night, and but again, it's just the thing that I thought, because I think it's the bad thing that I couldn't sleep. Initially, I lost a little bit of weight, and then I always kept sort of plateauing. And then when you get to plateau and you feel bad, you're going to regress at that point, because you're just going to get dispirited.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's the sort of this. I got into these cycles of going round and round in circles like that.
Exactly. And probably a lot of what you lost initially was just water weight, whereas now you're actually losing fat weight and you're actually building muscle. Yeah. So people are probably wondering, if you're doing so well, why would you do a second consultation?
Well, I think the first thing to say is I've completely changed just my general routine in the day. So I now eat 4 times a day. We've just discussed I'm probably going to try 6. And I didn't used to eat breakfast or lunch, but I'm eating before 8 a.m. every morning now. I'm working out at lunchtimes, and I'm finding that works out a lot better for me.
At night?
And I'm not eating past probably 6 p.m. At night. And again, sometimes I go for a little stroll in the evenings as well. And then by the time you go to bed, I find it quite easy to go to sleep at the moment. So my whole routine has completely shifted. I think the reason for another consultation is really I have been getting quite sore and still feeling a little bit tired. Maybe because I'm working, as we discussed, it maybe working out too much, especially doing quite long cardio sessions.
Yes, you guys. He was rowing. He was doing stair climbers, rowing, all this stuff for 40 minutes. So he's starting to get a little sore and really working out hard, because of course you want the gains.
Yeah. And then also, I've got those, I'm in the sort of the routine of doing good things. So I'm like, I'll keep going. But yeah, my legs are getting quite heavy during some cardio workouts. So, and also, my blood sugar levels have come down. So I have my little chart that I've been watching, and they actually say it's right in the middle of the normal zone, as it were, on this. But in order to get where I want to go, they're improving, but they've still got significant.
Yeah, you're showing that chart because you started tracking your blood sugar. So what I want is his blood sugar to be a little bit lower. And we added I hear these dang horses. Sorry. We added um we added a little bit more fat. So we, like he said, he went from 4 to 6 because I wanted more fat, a little bit more protein, and those were the main changes, I think. Yeah, if I look at my notes.
I think
Yeah.
try these branched chain amino acids.
Mm-hmm.
They're electrolytes, aren't they? And
Yes. Now, were you eating avocado? Because you were taking potassium citrate. Did you have problems with avocado?
no, I like avocado. So all I'm really eating every day is beef, pork belly, avocado, egg yolks. It's really and loads of butter. And
Right. So you're an omnivore. So you're not strict carnivore, which is sorry. I got to look at what my pony is doing. Okay, I was just checking.
broccoli.
Huh?
And broccoli.
And broccoli. Yeah. So you went from a sort of like a strict, like intermittent fasting carnivore routine to a keto, but you're just doing low amounts of veg. You're doing the avocado, and we're going to add a little bit more fat and protein throughout the day, and possibly add the branched chain amino acids. And I think you'll be just even through the roof.
Yeah.
And I think as you enter your 40s, you're going to be like, yep.
Hopefully, yeah.
No, I don't think there's any hoping because you look so much better.
Yeah.
Oh my God, my pony. Don't ever get a pony. So thank you for telling this story that you went from carnivore to keto and stopped the intermittent fasting and your sleep improved and you stopped eating the massive amounts of meat. Do you hear that?
Yeah.
That pony. Luca. I'm sorry. Sorry, you guys. Thank you so much, Ed. Stay here. I'm going to go off camera. And thank you, everyone, for joining this live. And I just want real people to tell their real stories. So I tend to, I will still interview the experts from time to time, but there is just nothing better than listening to a real person tell you the truth. They have nothing to gain by, fluffing you up with saying a bunch of nonsense. It's when you get into the guru game of affiliate programs and making money that you might tend to alter reality slightly. So I love hearing your real story. So thank you so much for this today. We all appreciate it. And you guys can find me at stephanieperson.com. I obviously do consultations like Ed is doing a follow-up. So this is his second one. And you can find me at Instagram, which is Stephanie Ketogenic, or comment below and tell me what you guys want me to talk about. Also, share the content, hit the notification bell. I hate saying all this crap, but it is what it is. Hit the notification bell and make sure it says all. And we're out because I got energy and so does Ed. Bye, guys.